What up? It's your boy Reuben again. I'm here to do a new video about Chris Brown today, as per requested. So, aka Chris Breezy. Yeah, so let's get into it. Christopher Morris Brown was born on May 5th, 1989. Obviously, he's an American recording artist and also a dancer and an actor. He was born in Tappahannock, or I'm not sure how you say that, Virginia, and he taught himself to sing and dance at a young age, and apparently was even involved in his church choir, believe it or not. He signed with Jive Records in late 2004, and then he released his self-titled debut album, Chris Brown, in 2005. I think everyone remembers that time in music. 2005 was a good year for music. Yeah, and then that album peaked at number 2 on the US Billboard 200 and was later certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. And then the first song, off that album was Run It, and that was definitely a fresh song, a dope song at that time. And it reached number 1 on the Hot 100. And then that made him the first male artist as a lead since P. Diddy in 1997 to have his debut single top the chart. So that was a good moment for him, I'm sure. And then of course came his second album, Exclusive, in 2007, which I have that album somewhere. Here it is. Chris Brown Exclusive, the Forever Edition. One of the best albums ever made, in my opinion. This is the Forever Edition, so yeah, it's like a platinum edition. It was a good album, for sure. And then the second number 1 hit came for him with Kiss Kiss, and that was featuring T-Pain. And then in addition to like With You, which was like a massive hit, everyone remembers that one. And then like Forever, which was like his biggest hit to date, went to number 1 as well. So that was like a big moment in time. I'll always remember that song because I remember I was in high school at that time, in 2008, and I was I think I was 15 at that time. Yeah, and like that song was just like non-stop. Everyone at school was playing it on their cell phone, or it was just on the radio. It was everywhere. It was on TV. Like every day, it was pretty much on TV. I always remember that time. Like every time I hear that song, it always reminds me of being in high school. So that's my memory of that song. And in 2009, of course, became the moment that everyone will remember in history, when he received all that media attention when he pleaded guilty to the felony assault of his then girlfriend and singer who we all know, Rihanna. That was like crazy time in his career, and I think everyone remembers that too. And he was sentenced to 5 years of probation and 6 months of community service. That was just mental, really crazy time. Like during that time as well, he also released an album called Graffiti. I'm not sure if you guys remember that one, but that had the top 20 single I Can Transform You, which was featuring T-Pain and Swizz Beatz, if I'm correct. Yeah, that was a pretty dope jam too. And then, like, of course, a couple of years later came his 4th album, Fame, which I think stood for Forgiving All My Enemies, or also I think it meant Fans Are My Everything. So he had like 2 different meanings for that album, but it was definitely a good album, and I think that was the album that actually won him the Grammy Award, his first Grammy Award. And that had the songs on there like, Yeah 3 Times, Look at Me Now, and Beautiful People. Fame earned him the Grammy Award for Best R&B Album, it was, yeah. And then I think in 2012 he released an album called Fortune, which I think was one of his least commercial albums that didn't really market that well, or didn't really reach that many markets. It wasn't that successful, but I did hear that album. It was pretty good. There's a couple of songs on there I liked, like Don't Wake Me Up. That was a good song. And like apart from his work in the music industry, he has pursued in a couple of movies. Like in 2007, he made his on-screen feature film debut in Stomp the Yard. Now that was a good movie. I remember that one. Takes me back. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that one, Stomp the Yard. And he also made a small television series debut in this old teenage show that I think was over a decade ago now. Back probably like one of his first roles on television was in the OC, where he played, I think he played a boyfriend or friend to one of the teenage girls on the show. And yeah, who remembers that show, the OC? That's definitely a long time ago now, but I remember that one. I think I was in intermediate when that was on TV. Yeah. Other films that he's appeared in include This Christmas, which is actually one of my most favourite Christmas movies of all time. I think that was like 2007 when he released that one. And then he was also in Takers and Think Like a Man, and also Battle of the Year. But like throughout his career, he's won like quite a few awards. Not as many awards as I thought that he would win, but yeah, including like NAACP Image Awards. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. 3 American Music Awards and like 9 BET Awards, that's quite a lot. But then thinking about it, he hasn't really won that many awards when you think about it. He's only won one Grammy Award. But anyway, I think in the time where he had legal problems with Rihanna and like all that situation that went down, I think a lot of people jumped ship and they went over to Jason Derulo, because Jason Derulo was, that it guy at that time. Like he was kind of like taking Chris Brown's shine while Chris Brown was going through all these troubles. But no disrespect to Jason Derulo. I mean, Jason Derulo is definitely one of my favorite artists. I mean, he's definitely he's up there. He's cool. But it was kind of like at that time, everyone was just jumping over to Jason Derulo because he was like, the brand new thing, and because Chris was going through all those legal troubles, people were kind of just jumping ship to Derulo. But fair enough. They're both great artists, and I think now a lot of his fans have kind of returned to Chris, and they're supporting him now. And yeah, it looks like Chris is on the rise. I mean, he's in rehab at the moment. He's got his new album X due out later this year, 2014. So everyone's looking forward to that. I know I am. I'm looking forward to that. Just really for the music, and hopefully he can release some timeless music that will really, last and stand the test of time. And, release music that he's kind of always wanted to release, which is music that will last for decades. And I think he can do it. And obviously he recently was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And that kind of explains a lot of things that has happened in his life and his musical career. So hopefully he can, grow from this and get back to his spot where he was in 2008, because 2008 was pretty much his year. Like he was it, he was everywhere, and hopefully he can get that back and even get even better, and become a true legend. Because in my opinion, he's definitely a legend in the making. That's for sure, and he's definitely one of my influences, and I've definitely always looked up to Chris, musically anyway. Maybe not personally in his life because of what went down, but other than that, musically, yeah, definitely been an inspiration on my own life, my own music, everything. And he's one of my definitely in my top 5 artists that have influenced myself. So yeah, good on him, the man. So that's pretty much this video done. Yeah, leave any comments down the bottom that you like, and I can make another video for you. And yeah, I guess until next time, Reuben Wills out.